that's fine. Or you can, oh, I've just got it. You can call her Karen. So it's Karen or Klaasje. We are both bars facilitators within Access Consciousness and bars practitioners. I'll explain more about bars later, but first of all, I feel I need to explain about Access Consciousness. And as Susan said, it is a way of life. I've been on Access Consciousness for about 2 years. My sister Pam is in Perth, Australia. She's been in Access Consciousness for 12 years, and Karen about a year. And I've been living through Access Consciousness since I first learned about it. I'll tell you about Access first. I'll tell you what's involved with Access, and then I'll tell you what it's done for me and about Access bars. And Karen maybe explain what it's done for her too. It is a different way of living. It's about living with a point of view, and just a point of view. No judgments, remaining in consciousness, remaining now. No worries about the past, no anxieties about the future. And we use a set of tools that I use on a daily basis to help me understand people, understand life, and be, just be. Surrender to the universe and just be here and be now. I don't know if you can hear the birds in the background. I can hear them. I can see trees, I can see plants. I have no worries about the past, and I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I'll find out in the morning, because I'll create that. And in Access, you can create how you want your life to be tomorrow. Okay. We use a set of tools and also something called an energy pull. If we have time later, I will do a small energy pull to show you what I do every morning to create my day and to create my future. Okay, so we need to remain in consciousness, and to do that in Access, we ask questions. We don't ask or look for answers. We ask a question, and then we shut up and let the universe come out with that. We surrender to the universe. And we ask questions through all aspects of life. We ask questions about pains in the body. We ask questions about thoughts and feelings. We are energies. We are all energetic beings. And you can pick up energy from a neighbor, from somebody in another country. And we ask the question, who does this belong to? Is it mine? What can I do with it? And since I've been asking this, my life has changed completely. And I was talking to Susan last week and telling her what Access it's well, starting already.
Honestly, Chris, we're all in the woo, like-minded here.
Yeah,
so just
emotional about what I talk about with Access and what it has done for me. So excuse that, and at some point Karen might have to take over and get me a box of tissues and hopefully I can carry on. But we stay in the question. We don't look for an answer. I've got one already, thank you. Anybody wants one? If I can have one. So we stay in the question, and we don't look for the answer. We ask a question, we surrender, and we shut up. And we use tools and processes that will allow us to change our life to the way we want our life to be. Okay, not the way people push life on us, but the way I want to be. And one interesting thing with Access is everybody has a point of view. You all have points of view, and that is it. That's all it is. My point of view might not be the same as your point of view or the man down the road. I just take his point of view on and hope he accepts my point of view. You find that people argue a lot in life, and the reason they argue is because they won't accept somebody else's point of view. And we have tools to help you to learn how to accept other people's point of view. There are some horrendous people in the world. Let them have their point of view and you have yours. And if you don't want them in your life, don't have them in your life. And we have ways and means and tools to avoid that. Okay, so we create a world where nobody judges, and we can accept energies from other people and pass those energies back. So we don't make judgments. we just listen to people and say, okay, thank you. You might get somebody saying, wow, don't like your hair. Thank you. That is it. I don't get that very often, but it can happen. And we call it an interesting point of view. Justin Ipov is our friend. It's just an interesting point of view. Okay, so bars is part of access consciousness, where you learn how to process energies. I'll talk about that a bit later. Access has many modules within it, and I've just talk about my sister Pam. She's been in Access, and I was hoping she could be here today, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning in Perth, so she couldn't do that. And she introduced me to Access. She has many strings to her bow, and I'll just tell you about 1 or 2 of them. She is a Being You Change the World facilitator. You won't know what that means, but it's about how you can just be you and change the world around you. So just be you and change the world. We have classes in that, and she can help you with that. She does it online or face-to-face as well. And it's all about, what if being you was about being different? We don't have to be the same. And being you is about how you can just be you. I have become a different person since I've been in Access. And I don't really care whether anybody else likes that or not, because I was always of the opinion that I should act like other people, so I'm accepted by other people. But what if it was being you was you? What about everybody else as weirdos? and we're not. Okay. And we say that in Access. We're all weirdos in Access, but we're not really. Everybody else are weirdos, and we are the normal people. And that's what, again, it's a module in Access called Being You, Changing the World. You can look that up with Dane here, and it'll give you a more in-depth explanation. She does. She's an abuse hold facilitator. An abuse hold facilitator is where you have been abused in your life, and I don't mean physically abused. Your neighbor might have shouted at you, or a husband shouted at you. You might have been hit. You might have had an accident, but it's how the world has abused you in this universe, and it's how you can release that. So again, it's another modality within Access Consciousness of how you can release your past and what's happened to you in your past. And I'll explain a bit about what's happened to me a bit later, again, when we talk about the bars and what that actually did for me. That's when the tears will come.
And it's also accumulating from past lives. So
previous lives too. So you bring all your baggage with you from past life. And
yeah, and some you don't realize you hold on to it until you let it go. Then you realize the space you really are.
Yeah. And what Access does is create space to bring in positive energies and to release the abuse that you've had. It might be money, debt, health. And we hang on to that from previous lives and through this life too. Okay, so we can help you to release that energy. CPCK, it's Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids. She was a child psychologist, and she got into Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids, which again is another aspect of Access Consciousness. And it's about teaching parents about how to treat the kids in a different way. What if parents were wrong and kids were right? Okay, and asking the right questions for the kids, and let the kids create space, and let the kids grow and be. Let the kids be. Okay, what if parents are wrong? I know, since listening to it, I think my parents were wrong. Okay, it's about control, and in my era, parents just wanted to control the children through punishment, through taking things away. Okay, and it's about releasing that, and it's about how to teach your kids the right way without So
in that sense, it's not wrong, because it happened to disconnect from and learn from how to be there for yourself. in a nice way.
Yeah. There's other things as well that she does. I won't go into it too much. It's she's an Access Youth Ambassador, which is teaching children how to think differently through Access, through asking questions, talking to entities. She's very much into talking to entities. I don't know if anybody has got entities around them. Parents, people, past lives, walk-ins. It's very big on who you are. Are you really who you were born? Or has something happened in your life where you've had somebody else walk into your body and take over that body? And if you can't remember your childhood, you probably have. And if there's aspects of your life you can't remember, it's probably not the body, the entity you started with in your body. And that's a walk-in. Okay. One big thing we think of in Access is life is full of possibilities. Everybody's got possibilities. Doesn't matter what you want, it is possible. Life is an endless universe of possibilities, and the universe is waiting for you to ask questions, for you to ask for something. And Access is big on that. We have what's called an energy pull, where we pull energy and we ask the universe, where's my money? Where are my customers? Where are the clients that want my services? And we ask the question from the universe. It's there all the time. Anything you want is there for you. You just have to take it and ask for it. And the problem with us, the problem with humans, they're scared of asking. They feel guilty if they ask, where's my money? And asking questions has completely changed my life. Completely.
Being in the question.
Being in the question. Don't be scared of asking any questions. Life is full of possibilities. Ask. It's in the Bible. Ask and you shall receive. Okay? So just ask the questions. Myself, I am a bars facilitator. What does that mean? It means I can teach people how to run bars. I can practice on people. We can have practice sessions. Not everybody wants to learn how to run bars. They want a bar session, and we've had many people come to us who have got issues with stress, fear, anxieties, problems of abuse. And we have a chat session with them for about an hour to find out what the issues are and how they can clear those issues. The bars can then, we can then clear that energy. There are 32 points on the head that we use, 2 on the feet. And it's a bar of energy running through the head that gets blocked. And what we do by putting our fingers on the 2 points through the head, and there are 32 all over the head, we can pass energy through that and clear the blockage. What is the blockage? You might have blockage with money. Have you got money problems? Have you got problems with neighbors? Problems with pressure? Have you ever felt that you feel depressed for no reason? I used to get that quite a lot before Access. I used to wake up in the morning and worry.
It's just energy that is stuck.
Yeah, it's all stuck energy. I used to worry about nothing. Absolutely nothing, and I didn't know why. And another thing I found is since that it's probably not mine. And clearing those energies through the head releases that energy. And we can then send that back and just ask the question, who does this worry belong to? Is it mine? Is it someone else's? Who does this pain belong to?
Is it really mine?
Is it really mine? And if it feels light, we have something called light and heavy. And if you ask the question, is this mine? If you feel light, it's not yours, it's somebody else's, and you can send that back. But Access, it's the energetic treatment that helps the body to relax. And it detoxes a busy brain. Do any of you have monkey brain? Do you know what monkey brain is? I used to get that quite a lot. It's horrendous, and you can't stop thinking, and you're thinking, and you're thinking. We can clear that. It doesn't have to happen because all those thoughts aren't yours. They're somebody else's. You can clear the monkey brain. We can clear anxiety. We can clear fear, depression, burnout, exhaustion, insomnia. That's one thing that helped me when I first had my bar session. I slept like a baby with one session. And there's a woman in Ashbourne who came to me when I just had done my first session of bars. And she is in one of the shops in Ashbourne and said, I can't sleep. And she had brown eyes and terrible. I did a bar session for her. And I went late at night, actually. I went about 9 o'clock at night. She went straight to bed. And she phoned me at 11 o'clock in the morning and said, I'm late. I was late for work. She'd slept from 9 o'clock till 11 o'clock, all the way through because of the bar session. And it just relaxes the brain. It stops the monkey brain, helps with insomnia, overstimulation, aches, pains, you name it. Okay. And
it's an all-rounder.
It's an all-rounder, yeah. Yeah. It's access bars and the energies we use. I'm also an energetic facelift facilitator. Okay. I'm really 92. Sounds just a bit younger. Okay. So we use we use the energy through points on the head and the feet for the bars, for the fear, for the depression, insomnia, etc. But we also use it for a facelift, and it's points on the face and just above the chest. And if I can share a screen in a second, I will show you what effect bars has, because after you've had a bar session, you feel just a different person. You feel so relaxed before you leave, and elated. It is an elation. And this is how you look. Let me just see if I can get this picture somewhere. Okay, and if I can find my share screen button. There it is. Just this one here. Is it there? Okay, so on the left is Karen before the facelift, and on the right is Karen an hour later. And that is the difference it can make. And that is in a bar session or in the facelift session as well. It is a tremendous, tremendous release of everything you have. It is a tremendous, tremendous, powerful energy that we use. My fingers buzz when I'm touching the points on your head or on the face. I can feel my fingers buzzing, and I can feel the energy released. Yeah, and there's one or two people. We run bars and classes for Hungarians, Ukrainians, Spanish, anybody, and
they've been here,
and a few English. Okay, as a country, the UK is lagging behind, and it is something that you can spread too. Even if you have a bars class, you can then practice on others and share that. If you have 3 bars classes, you can then be a facilitator, and then you can then teach others as well. So I think Susan said last week it's the pyramid.
Yeah.
So that one bar session you have, they say in Access, one bar session helps 350,000 people with the energy, because we are huge energetic beings. Your energy affects your neighbors. Your energy affects probably my sister in Australia. You can reach anywhere in the world with the energy you have.
We're all connected.
We're all connected. The trees are connected. The birds are connected. Everything is connected, and you can create your life using that energy if you learn how to control that energy and how to use that energy. And we can help you to do that through a class or through just a bar session. Not everybody wants to teach others how to run bars, but they do like sessions. And we do advise that you have, to start with, if you've never had it, for the first month, 4 sessions, 1 a week, and then 1 a month after that, or when you feel you need it. when you feel your fear or your depression, or you can't cope with life.
Yeah, so after one bars class, you can do the bars on your friend. You can teach your friend, and the friend can do it. Can the friend do it then as well? Oh no, needs to do the class.
Yeah, you need to do a class. Yeah, you have to do a class to be able to practice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't sort of teach somebody and then they can just do it straight away.
You have to come together then to the bar.
Because in a bars session, what to expect in a bar session, you come here. I don't know whether you've seen my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. It does have pictures and explanations. So I think it's Chris J. Connelly AC or Chris Connelly AC, Access Consciousness. And there I have videos explaining what Access is about, explaining about what it's done for me. On the Facebook page, you'll see adverts and pictures of the, if you could see the site here now, it's a beautiful garden with huge wide doors. We have robins, blackbirds, thrushes
with babies.
With babies.
They feed
each other and they're in the
So
water, and it's a wonderful environment to be in. And Alton itself, I don't know if you know Alton, I'm sure Susan knows Alton. It's got the castle, which is our castle, and lovely Dimmingsdale and Pottendown. The surrounding areas is beautiful, and we tend to have people coming for 3 days. They'll come for the first day to stay and see around. They'll have a class with us, and then they'll come the next day. They'll go around again, because it's such a wonderful place to be, and it's such a wonderful environment. Just being here, you feel tremendous. But we will then, in a session, ask 1 or 2 questions, what issues you have. Everybody has different issues, and we will then formulate questions for you to ask yourself. As I said before, we live in the question. So it might be anxiety about something in the future, and we will say, what does my body and I need to know, be, receive and perceive to stop the anxiety I have, or to be a better person in the future, or to create this for my life. And we just ask that question. What do I need to know, be, receive and perceive? And this is what I asked now. I can stop crying. I'll tell you in a minute what happened and what question I asked. So we'll formulate 1 or 2 questions around yourself, but the Access class, the bars class, goes deeper into who you are and what you are. You will have 2 bar sessions, and you will receive 2 bar sessions. You will learn about humans, humanoids, techies. That means nothing to you probably, but it does when you've had a bars class. You will learn how to cope with other people, how to cope with issues, how to get rid of your past and enjoy your future. The big question, what if life was supposed to be fun? And we create that for ourselves, and we can teach you how to create that. And then you can teach others how to create that too. Okay, so we'll lie you down on a bed in front of a beautiful environment, run your bars, and you will feel amazing. And then you will learn how to do that to other people as well.
That's what you want.
If that's what you want. Okay. To be a facilitator, you need to do 3 bars classes. Okay, but
with 3 different people.
3 different people, not all 3 with us, 3 different people, so you get to learn how other people do the same thing. Okay. So the big question, what has it done for me? Right, this is very hard. Okay. And one thing we ask in Access is every day, whether it be good or bad, how does it get any better than this? Not it can't get any better than this. It needs to be a question. How does it get any better than this? And yeah, I formulated from when I started in Access. I was abused when I was 10 years old. And for 47 years that affected how my life turned out. And it's funny, there was something on the TV the other day, I can't remember what it was called, but it's people who... The imposter syndrome. People who don't feel good enough to do anything.
We all have that.
Yeah, but we do all of that.
I think.
Yeah. But it affected my job. It affected anything I did. Going out, and I've never asked a girl out in my life, ever. Since I was 16. I never had confidence at school. I never had confidence in the work, but I was doing well, but I didn't think I was. I was the manager of a software company. I now know I'm not bad at guitar. I'm actually a guitar tutor now. I've been for 40 years, but I didn't think I was any good. Okay. So that's the imposter syndrome. And it was when I was 18, had anxiety, acute anxiety. And I didn't know why. I now know why. I think it's the abuse that I received caused that anxiety, and also the anxiety and the worry through my life.
And what you did with it yourself.
And what I did with it, yeah. And then 2 years ago, during COVID, I took my mum in. I'm the youngest of 6, but I took my mum in to live with me till she was at 90 something. And this person was still around, the one who abused me when I was 10, and they kept bothering me about what I was doing. And I'd had enough one day, and I just sent a message to everybody on Facebook, on WhatsApp, only family, and said what had happened, and it just caused furore throughout the family. And my sister, not in Perth, she video messaged me and said, "Is it true?" And I said, "Yeah, it's true." And one thing you learn in Access is to feel or know if somebody's telling the truth. If somebody tells me a lie, I can tell straight away. I don't do anything about it because it's a point of view. It's their opinion. And she knew I was telling the truth. And she said to me there straight away, "You need to have a bars session. And if possible, a bars class." So that week I phoned around, and the nearest one at the time was in Knutsford. And I went to a class, not a session, a class in Knutsford. And it was wonderful. I came out a completely different person. Here we go.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's, when I knew I could change.
Karen, if you want to take over for a minute,
Yes.
She doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
I knew I could change my life, and I knew how. I had the tools just from that one class. And I thought, well, if it can do this for me, I can do this for others.
That's the beauty of access consciousness. It's a tool which you can use to choose to use.
So 2 weeks later, I did my second class. And then a month later, I did my third class. And then a month later, I did the foundation. Now, the foundation is something that pulls everything together. It's a 4-day class that pulls everything together, and it teaches you who you are, what you are. We are not what we think we are. You'll be surprised who you are. You'll be surprised what you can do, what energy you have.
What's possible?
What is possible? Anything is possible. And again, we ask, what else is possible? And it teaches you that. So I then became a facilitator, and I started doing classes. And the enjoyment of sitting in front of people and just teaching them what I know is intense. It was amazing. I was a teacher anyway, because I've been teaching music and guitar, but it was just a totally different feeling. Helping them. I could see what problems they had, and I could help them with those issues and change their life. And we've changed many people's lives through doing that.
So you help them changing their own life.
Yeah.
Just give a nudge, isn't it?
Yeah. Giving them the tools to create the life. So this is the tearful bit where Karen might have to take over. I was asking questions. It came to the December 2021.
Yeah,
December 2021, and I hadn't been in a proper relationship for about 5 years. Again, I had issues with marriage and with child access problems and things. And so all this was building up, and I was a blame suspect, a blame victim. So I blamed everybody for the way my life was turning out. It's their fault. It's their fault. And I was going to court and standing in court, and I'm just blaming everybody and everything. But I hadn't in Access in bar. After done the bars, I stopped doing that. But I didn't have a partner. I thought it was ready. I was ready for a relationship. So the question I asked was, what do I need to know, be, receive, and perceive? If you're single, write this down. If you're not single, write this down. What do I need to know, be, receive, and perceive to meet the woman that I will be with for all eternity? So you can put that how you want, to meet the person, whoever.
You can ask that question.
To create the food I need for all eternity. Whatever, you can put that in your own perspective. But I asked this question, and I asked it for the month of December. And at the time I was an avid walker. I used to walk sometimes 8 hours a day, 20 miles a day, because I wanted to keep fit and healthy, and Access was helping me with this. But I used to go to Ilam and through to Buxton Way. And one morning I woke up on the 19th of March 2022, and something said to me at 5 o'clock in the morning, how rude, 5 o'clock in the morning, go to Dimmingsdale. So I got in the car and
drove to Denston.
And I started to walk along a track that I'd never been on before, wasn't intending to be there. And then towards me, there she came. And I truly believe it's through asking the question, what do I need to know, be, receive, and perceive to meet?
It was early in the morning. It was 7:30 and we met because I walked the dog, and an hour later we bumped into each other again and started talking.
Yeah.
And well, I knew then, after we walked for the 20 minutes together, I knew straight away that this is the man. And you had the same.
But neither of us were supposed to be there.
No, because I was actually wanting to go another way, but I was pulled or go that way.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then we met again for the second time.
And it's all about the energies. It's all about surrendering. It's all about clearing you and being open to receiving what the universe wants to give you.
Yeah.
It's all about asking the universe for what you want and how you want to create your life. And Access is an energetic, or the bars is energetic treatment that helps to clear your bars of the negative energy and the blockages for you to receive the positive energies for you to create your life. And we do that with energy, and then we give you the questions and the tools for you to create your life. And it's not something that we do for 10 minutes a day. We don't meditate for 10 minutes a day. I can't meditate because I fidget too much. And I've tried it. I've tried meditation, and after 20 minutes, I'm sort of what do you want for my dinner? And things like that. So I can't meditate. But with Access, it's 24/7, 7 days a week. I live in now. I live to be. I live consciously every single day, and I create my life every morning by asking questions. Yeah, it's how I create everything in my life is through Access. And we pull in energy every morning from the world, from the universe, from the stars, from the planets, We pull in that energy, and then we just let it trickle out around the world to attract the people and the things that we need, that can help us to create what we want and who we are.
Yeah, because actually you can say we are the real environmentalists, because if you are within yourself feeling one and feeling peaceful, that's what you send out to the world and to anybody, which has a healing effect.
Yeah. And if you connect to the earth and feel the energy from the earth, from below, and the energy from the universe from above, and you get this enormous feeling of joy.
Yeah. So your environment, who you are, is I don't know, one with
mine,
the whole environment.
with ours.
Yeah, it's all one.
And if you drop your barriers and you surrender and just let the universe create your life, ask questions and then shut up. And that's it. Don't try and create. Since I've surrendered and stopped trying to create my life,
It's
everything has changed. Everything's changed, and everything is possible through that. We can expand as far as we like, and we can accept everything you want from the universe if you surrender. Don't think about last week. Don't think about next week. Be here, just be. And in Access, we say,
all of life.
That's it, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And I say that 10 times every morning. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And what would I like to have as my life? How would I like my life to be? With ease, joy, and glory. What relationship would I like with my body? How would I like my body to be? Many people hate their bodies. I don't now, I used to. But how do I want my body to be? What people do I want in my life? Who do I want in my life? And create a big bubble, huge bubble, and put everything you want in that bubble. And then draw energy from the universe, from the earth, and ask the questions. What do I need to know, be, receive, and perceive for positive people to be in my life? What do I need to know, be, receive, and perceive to have the house of my dreams, to have the woman of my dreams, to have a new fishing rod, a new roof, to get my roof fixed? What job would I like? Do you look for a job that brings you money? Or do you look for a job for enjoyment and lots of money? So I can honestly say I've never really had a job, because I've found something that I enjoy, and money is a side product of that. And I love my job. I'll never retire from what I do. And Access now is a job, not a job, but it's an income. But it's such an enjoyable entity to have in your life, which has expanded other things for me as well. And ask questions. Where are the people that can help me with what I need? Where is the money for my holiday in Barbados? Don't look for the money. Don't look for the answer. It will come. And have trust. Have trust that when you ask these questions, it's coming from a place where you know it's a done deal, where you know it's going to happen. Trust you. Trust you when you ask the questions.
And have your bars run.
Your bars run, exactly. Because that will help. We've got a class on Saturday. Okay. But allow it to happen. Create the space within you to allow the questions you want to ask to come to fruition. Because you can ask a question and then think, it's not going to happen. Many people say that. It's not going to happen. Yeah, but it's when is this going to happen? Where is the money? Where's my house? What else is possible? Okay, now we have a statement, which I'll tell you what it is after everything we, every question is, go on, let you do it?
No.
Oh, it's one you won't understand. Well, I'm not going to explain what it is, but we ask a question. And every morning I uncreate any relationship that I've had. I uncreate any judgments I might have had. I surrender to the universe. I uncreate my life with me. I uncreate my life with my family, with Karen, with money, with my job, with my customers. And
every day is
every
new.
day is a new day that you create a new relationship with these people.
And with yourself.
Yeah. So tomorrow morning I will say, I now destroy and uncreate my relationship with Susan. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, povers and beyonds. And that is the powerful statement we use.
That's a clearing statement.
It's called a clearing statement, yeah. And that will bring things to you. There is an explanation for what every single one of those words means. And you learn that in the class. Okay. So access consciousness is a huge thing of different modalities in different areas that
All over the world.
all over the world, 150 countries, that you can use the tools of access consciousness to create your life. Access bars session is a session that will help you that we can help you to clear the blockages within your head.
Which takes about an hour and 15 minutes.
And you'll snore. You will feel hot, cold. You'll see colors. But you can lie there, and you don't have to. It's not a meditation. You can talk. You can watch TV. No music, because music brings on emotions. Okay. So you can talk. You don't have to go to sleep. It's not something that you can just wear normal clothes.
You want to sleep, you sleep.
If you want to sleep, you sleep. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. If you talk, I'll talk to you. If you don't want to talk, I won't say a word.
During the bar session.
Don't worry if you snore, it's fine. I snore every time I have my bars run. And I'm the loudest one as well. And we have one good thing when you're a bars practitioner, we have bar swaps. So 2, 3, 4, 20 people get together and they all swap. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you a bar session, you pay for if you do it on your own. If you go to a bar swap, it costs you about £5 for the food that they supply. And it's normally a 4 to 6 hour event. And you can have your bars run. You run bars on other people to swap. And you just meet other people within Access Consciousness and have a good chat. And sometimes people from around the world will come on a video and have a chat with you, have a talk to you about Access and about bars. And it's all good fun. So it's not a meditation, it's a way of life. And have your bars run once a month, clear out all the negativity and make space to create your life. Just allow it to happen. Surrender, just allow it to happen. Okay, so I hope that has cleared up the mystery of access bars and its consciousness. Sorry for the tears.
No. Honestly,
every time I tell that story, it comes on.
I remember when my ex-partner, as he is now, but when we used to go out and address groups of people to start with, and he would go through exactly the same thing, just everybody's attention on him, and he wasn't used to it. So we used to do a double act where we would pretend that that's how it was supposed to be, and I would jump in and say something stupid and cover it. So don't worry about that. And we're all energy workers.
We're human beings.
Exactly.
We're not.
I had a craniosacral session yesterday, and I ended up in tears as well. So it's to be expected when your passion runs and your emotions run close.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. What I did think though was that a lot of the things that you were saying are the ways that we're supposed to run to increase our frequency. And you mentioned the being able to differentiate between truth tellers and lies. And I mean, that was something else. As our frequency increases, this was something else that was supposed to happen that we can now see. And let's face it, they're popping out the woodwork now. All the corruption is beginning to come to the surface. So yeah, I think we are more able to see the difference between the truth and the lies.
Yeah.
And one of the things you were talking about there was the children as well. And the parental control, bringing in this business of not wanting to ask the universe, because as children you weren't allowed to ask. You take what you're given, boy. And you know, I have one daughter who said, if you don't ask, you don't get, and she's been all over the world. And I've got another daughter who won't ask until she's absolutely in trouble.
Well, it can be about empowering children without them knowing.
Yeah, that you're doing it. A couple of things. Well, other people will join in. I don't see anything in the chat box yet for me to ask you. Other people will join in, Chris. But you also mentioned, or Karen came in with, when you do your 3 classes, it needs to be with different people. Are there enough people in each locality for you to be able to find 3 different practitioners with whom to do your classes?
Yeah, there are. I don't know how many exactly. There's probably about 80 within the country, and they're growing. I am a facilitator, so I can teach you how to do it. Karen's a separate facilitator. All right. So she can teach you how to do it. I know there's one in Knutsford, there's one in Chester, one in Derby, there's one in Pinner, there's one in Stafford. These are the ones I know. There's one in Sheffield. There are hundreds, you know, throughout the world, but there are enough in the country.
Yeah, you have to travel.
If you want to know the practitioners where you are, facilitators where you are, if you go to the Access Consciousness website, accessconsciousness.com, there's a menu at the top that says facilitators, find a facilitator.
And that's how I found Chris.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, look at that. His name is first on the list. And he's just down the road.
Just down the road.
I'll email this man and chance my arm.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah.
James has put a question in the chat box. Don't know if you want to come in and ask yourself, James. But it was wondering, is it initials for bars, or is there a reason it's called bars? Do you want to pick this up, James?
The bars through the head. It's a bar of energy.
It goes from side to side.
Excuse my wobble, I just kicked the table. It's a bar of energy through 2 points of the head, and they all mean something. There's money, creativity, sadness, joy, and it's 2 points, and we've run energy through those 2 points from side to side, and it unblocks the energy. It starts the energy flowing again and creates space for that aspect of the bars. So if it's money and you're having money problems, we can clear that and the money will start to flow. Creativity, you might be a writer or something, you're not being creative, and we can unblock that as well. So it's a bar. It's called the bars because they are actual bars of energy that run from side to side.
Like a computer.
Yeah. Your head's a bowling ball, in fact. It's got little dents everywhere. If you go around your head, you can feel those little dents in your head. And that's where we put the fingers, and it runs across those 2 points.
Who originated the concept of access consciousness and this bar concept, and where does it come from?
It comes from, it was America. It was there's a co-founder called Dane here, and the other one is Gary Douglas. He was the actual founder, Gary Douglas, 40, maybe 45 years ago now.
Does it come out of EFT? Is it related? I mean, Roger Callaghan was the originator of emotional freedom technique, and
no,
it sounds an awful lot. There's sort of similarities, you know, with things like that.
No, it's nothing to do with tapping. We don't. I mean, tapping is sort of getting rid of fears and things, isn't it? When you tap the head.
No, it's just touching, and you don't have to do anything.
There's no pressure. It's not a pressure points. You don't have to do anything. We do create the energy to get the bar flowing again. It came from Gary. envisaged this thing from an entity. And with that, he created,
Came through him.
came through him. We don't know who, I don't know who from. It's the explanation is on the Access Consciousness website again, but it came through him, and he created the bars. The bars were created through him, and then Dane here, who was a doctor, took on as a co-founder as well, and created other aspects of Access Consciousness where this energy could be used.
Sounds like he channeled it the way
Yes.
you're speaking.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Channel, yeah.
My emotions overcame me.
Right, we're all here to chip in, don't worry.
Yes, brilliant. Channeled. He did channel it. Yes. Again, the explanation of that is on the website.
Oh yeah, it came through him.
Okay, yeah.
He was the channel.
Yeah.
It's,
Obviously everybody knows about my roof now, because I know fine well I'll be back in touch with Chris once I get my roof fixed.
Yeah.
yeah.
This roof, bane in my life. 23rd of August I get my roof fixed.
Wow, that's great.
I should have the money by then. Where is the money? to
Where is
fix
the
my
money
roof?
for your roof? Exactly. Ask the question every morning. Where's the money to fix my
Exactly.
roof?
That was one of my other questions. When you ask the question, how do you recognize the appropriate answer, or do you just live your life knowing that the answer will come and you
Knowing
just
that it will come from a place that when you ask the question, you ask from a question where you know it will be done. You don't need an answer. The word answer doesn't exist.
so you just throw it open and let the universe throw it back at you as you
Create a
see fit?
space, create a space, ask the question and shut up and surrender and just let it be.
Yeah.
Let the universe into your life to bring the answer to you through, and you'll know when it comes.
And
You'll receive a check tomorrow for your roof.
it can take some time.
Yeah, like with me, when I asked the question, where's the love of my life for all eternity? I asked that all through through December and January, and I didn't expect. I expected it. I knew it would happen, but I didn't look for an answer. I just knew it would happen.
Just knew.
And it just came unexpectedly, just through weird things happening. I wasn't supposed to be in Dimmingsdale. For some reason, I parked in Denstone. I've never been to Denstone before. But
you didn't stop off at the farm shop for your.
I didn't know that was there. Yeah. I was looking for a farm, but there isn't one, is there? No, I parked at the church. I went past the sign that said Alton, 1 3/4 miles, and I ignored it and went past another one that said Alton, 1/4 mile. And I thought, okay, here we go, I'll take it. So I turned around and I went to Denstone, and I was going to take a path. And something said to me, no, take the railway track. So I was being pushed all the time. And Karen was being pushed the same, because she wasn't supposed to be where she was. And we met, had a niceties, and then another half an hour, 45 minutes later, we met again going in the opposite direction, down a path that I wasn't supposed to be. I was near the castle. So I wasn't even going to Dimmingsdale. I was going down this other path, and Karen was coming up the other path. And a dog jumped on my leg, and it was Karen's dog. And
took a liking to you.
It took a very nice liking to me. And that was it. So there was all these energies pulling me in the right direction, pushing me in the right direction. And the same with Karen.
Yeah, and I was also ready to meet Chris, because I was in nature where I felt so much healing from. I was ready there and then.
Yeah.
So
we just let it happen. We surrendered completely. I surrendered completely.
I did.
Because I'd messed up my life for 47 years. I wasn't going to try anymore. So I just let go.
Yeah, and when we started talking, we just felt we're on the same page.
I think
about
it's
energy and about consciousness, and we speak the same language.
Yeah, I think it is important. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be hypocritical here. I know how difficult it is to live in the moment, especially when things are not going well for you. And I had an experience of that. A friend of mine, and she was freaking out because of what if.
Yes.
And my role in that was what if might not happen. Stop.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and it's easy when you're outside looking in. You can say that to somebody. It's not as easy when it's yourself
yeah.
and
Well,
controlling it. So the
yeah.
practice of your getting that practice in, as you say, 24/7.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
So that you don't let
Access
the
bars
negatives sneak up.
Yeah, bars and access consciousness helps you with that, because I was always there. I've got this debt. I was always worried, and I stopped it. Stopped the monkey brain. I was taught how to do it, and anybody can do it. Doesn't matter what debt you have or what problems you have with wives and husbands and children. It can be done, and not everybody believes that. And you find the people that don't believe that don't want to come out of it.
Yeah.
You have to want it.
Yeah, we have come across people, we've talked about bars too, and they just want to have the issues. They like the debts. They like the complaining.
That's the thing in life. There are so many addictions,
Yeah.
and that's one of them. Your stress, your problems can be the biggest addiction you have.
Yeah.
And the overthinking can be an addiction.
Yeah.
It is an addiction.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many reasons for that. I mean, some people just get into that comfort zone. Some people like the attention that these problems get from other people.
They like the feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can acknowledge that, then you're ready to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can say to anybody, what if life was supposed to be fun? What if there wasn't a past that you could worry about? What if there isn't a future that you can be anxious about? And we can talk to people about that.
Mm-hmm.
And they do come up with, yes, but my sister is one of them. I'm sorry if you see this, Sheila. Oh, I said her name now.
Do you want me to stop the recording now?
Yeah. No. So, yeah.
I think I will, actually. I'll just thank you very much, everybody. But I'm going to stop the recording now.